Greetings and welcome back to another not weekly roundup. What is this? A supporter stream. All right, how's it going? All right, it looks like right now it's just me and Ivan. Dan has no internet today, so he probably has cellular. So if you're watching, Dan, we miss you, Dan. And Salbu probably fell asleep because it's super late for him, and we're thankful how many times he does actually survive to make it awake to catch the show. And I think Ashton is spending time with family, so that's very important. And so it's just me, the little lonely van dweller, and Ivan. How's it going, Ivan?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Oh,
Going pretty well over here.
That's good. That's good. So, yeah, tomorrow we got the weekly news roundup, of course. Tonight we do have a Christian video again tonight on a cultural topic. Pennsylvania Supreme Court has given the go-ahead for the after-school Satan Club. So we're going to be talking about that. That'll be fun on the Christian channel. So I will go ahead and I'll go ahead and talk about that. So Ivan, I can't remember. You're not a believer, or you are a believer? I can't remember.
You're
agnostic.
It's complicated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So you're decidedly probably not an outright Christian.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And you have children, or
I
no?
have 2 kids.
Okay. Would you send them to the after school Satan Club?
I would not.
You would not. Okay, just checking.
No.
I mean, just because it's like, I think the Christians are making way too big of a deal because the kids are forced to go to school where they're basically learning everything.
Yeah.
In there, and so that's kind of the case. But we'll be talking about all that. I don't want to dive into religiosity type stuff on this channel, or we're going to be talking about health tracking going a little bit too far, way too far. So, yeah, we'll get into there in a minute, but I will give you a link at the end of the show tonight to the Christian channel. It is at Our Walk in Christ. We do have that is on all of the alt tech platforms, although it's going out premiering on YouTube, and then it will land on the other platforms a couple hours after that. Everything is apparently working. I did double check those Odyssey stream keys before starting, and they did again change, but I caught it this time and I updated the stream keys, so we didn't have any issues there. Right now it shows us we have 9 currently watching over there. Moonbase, if you want to jump in, if you don't mind showing your face on the camera, I mean, we could use the extra person in the discussion, but you don't have to. That's cool. That's cool if you don't. And over there on Rumble, we got 5 watching. Insada, I promise no cat memes tonight. Thank you. It is very distracting, especially since I didn't think about that, and I have the Rumble chat open, or is it? No, it's the Odyssey chat that gets the cat memes, I think. I don't have I couldn't get that opening on the pop out earlier, so I have the YouTube chat and the Rumble chat on my main screen, and I have to scroll over here to see the Odyssey chat tonight. We have one over there on Twitch, and Tails Tastically Weird is over there. Hello, Tails Tastically Weird. Greetings to you. I am well. It is 7 o'clock here in Singapore. Is that 7 a.m.? 0700. I'm assessing at 7 a.m. I got up way too early. I got up way before 7 o'clock today. It was I think it was something like butt crack of dawn early today. It will, or maybe it's something along the lines of new health tech analysis stuff time. Ivan, did you get a chance to look at the website I sent?
Yeah, I took a peek at that, and I found it very interesting, very informative. But then I'm like, okay, this is only good so far.
All right. So here's the tagline: just sit. We'll take it from here. Yes. We're talking about the first FDA-approved smart toilet seat. Now, it's not available for regular study. It's available right now for a scientific test, and they will be paying you up to $50 if you'd like to give all of your butt cheek data to the company.
Yeah.
Is it Harvard University or was it Stanford University? I forget. It's one of those big universities that seems to be overly obsessed with butts. Because I think the other one of those 2 universities is the one, of course, that had the anal print, which I'm wondering if that's what they're going to use in Utah. But
Like,
verifying that pH age verification stuff over there in Utah. Anything you want to say before we get into the crazy nonsense here?
well, it's would really only be about that article. Actually, I'm seeing it on your screen there. Yeah, it's like it's a very unique venue of obtaining the information. Yeah, it's certainly very convenient, and yeah, it's like right under your nose by a couple of feet. But it's just like
Oh,
it's like
it's right under the cheek.
yeah, it's literally right under that. Yeah, and it's like yeah, I can see where having something like that could be very useful. But from that point, it's only very useful from certain standpoints. I could see it being very useful in hospitals
Yeah.
and in nursing homes and maybe even assisted living. And because
Sure.
it's like you would, for some folks you could possibly even need that kind of monitoring.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Now, I'll have to ask my friend who is, close to those ages. If he's watching, call me later, and you can tell me, is this something you would use? Would you be comfortable transmitting your butt data via the internet to university
Right.
study? The good news is I think COPA is out. Because the children, they don't usually get their cheeks right on the edges of the toilet; they almost fall in. So fortunately, it shouldn't measure them, but you never know.
Yeah.
The most disturbing thing is, I don't know, they might be like the other guys with the anal scan and be like, we need some cameras in here.
Yeah.
Then they can upload automatically. It can split the feed. It can go up to pH and up to the university simultaneously.
Yeah, that they could.
Yikes. All right. So looking at this is it kasanacare.com. This is called the Heart Seat, trademark TM Heart Seat. And they're starting in talking about their hypertension reality. So apparently they're going to determine your blood pressure from how you squeeze. I believe it was the Babylon, or not the Babylon Bee, not the Bee commented on this, and they actually said, how do they tell the difference between having bad hypertension and choosing the wrong hot sauce?
Yeah.
Because that'll be that causes some issues. In fact, as we're talking about the hypertension, it does remind me of a fun medical story. At one point in time, I had a toothache. It was an infection. I mean, I knew it was an infection. I know what a tooth infection looks like. And the dentist literally could not fit me in. I'm like, you can't just hey, look, it's infected. Here's some antibiotics. Nope. Go to a local clinic. They wanted $200 just to sit down. I'm like, nah, no, thank you. And so I was like, I'll just deal with it. Take some Advil and go. And because I had to be down in Austin, Texas for a conference. So I'm driving, and I drive straight through the night. So I'm up for over 24 to 30 hours. I drink 2 pots of coffee along my route. And I know it was 2 full pots because I had this big coffee mug that was literally a full coffee pot full of coffee. I had 2 of those. And the toothache is getting really bad. So I stop in at a university medical clinic in Amarillo, Texas. And she's doing all the basic stuff. It's like, we should really talk about maybe getting you on blood pressure medicine, because it's you're pre-hypertensive. I'm like, what's my blood pressure? It's 120/80. I said, 120/80 is normal blood pressure. Oh, no. That's considered pre-hypertensive now. I'm like, lady, I've been up for 30 hours. I've had an entire 2 pots of coffee in me, and I have an actual mouth infection. I don't think we can get accurate data about my blood pressure right now.
Right.
Just a thought. I mean, I know I may not be a student in the medical center, but I do have a PhD in biomedical research, so I'm not a complete ignoramus on this stuff. But apparently I could just sit down on this toilet seat and measure my blood pressure. And so, it's... How long before the toilet starts ordering you blood pressure? We notice you have hypertension, so we're going to order you blood pressure medicine.
Yeah.
I've monopolized the field. You want to say anything here?
They definitely there. Wow, it's like it's like having the monitoring convenience, fantastic. Like I was saying, it was it's applicable in certain venues, but it's like in those venues, but in your home, it's like if you want it in your home, okay, great. But if you can keep that data local or connected to your desktop or something like that and save it, even better for stuff like that, instead of sending it off to some third party where who knows what's going to happen to it. And it's like if and it's like if you're recording it and your doctor knows about that and says, could I see the activity from this at whatever date, it's like, okay, sure, fine, yeah, throw it on one of these guys and bring it into them.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, it's like, do I really want them to know what's going on in my home with my personal activity?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like when you're talking medicine, the medical area, stuff like that, that can be shifty, and you kind of have to look at it and kind of make an educated decision. Look at all the pros and the cons and weigh everything out and try to take a smart standpoint at that point.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so here's the chart that the thing will get. So here's a unique technology giving providers unprecedented insights. I'm on the blue panel now. So it's like, here's your systolic blood pressure. Here, the line. They're like, oh, there you go, medication change. Ooh, it goes down. Ooh, medication change. Ooh, now we're about normal. Not sure. So here's meet the heart seat. They should have just called this meet the seat or something like that. So Meet the Seat has a secure data connection. How long before we find out it's not actually secure? Heart Seat data is designated care team's dashboard. This is designed in collaboration with our clinical partners. So the data goes right on up to somebody else's dashboard on somebody else's computer through an internet connection. You connect your toilet to the wireless, to the Wi-Fi. We are living in a world now that we connect our toilets to the internet. Maybe the internet is a crappy place to be these days.
Yeah, I would agree.
We have BCG over here. 4 sense of weight sensors measure our seated weight. Also detects subtle shifts in apparent body weight each time force is exerted upward or downward based on your heart beating. Okay. Then we have an EKG. Heart Seat uses a single lead ECG made up of 2 electrodes. An ECG measures the electrical activity of your heart. And then we have a photoplethysmograph. I'm not familiar with that particular one. PPG. I mean, at least the PPG is in the place where you go PP. So
yeah, absolutely.
Red and infrared LEDs embedded into the seat. And work the same way as a standard finger pulse oximeter. Light travels up into the thigh tissue and is reflected back. Okay, so it's doing blood oxygen. Yeah. All right, so here is a toilet seat with an EKG, a pulse ox measure, ballistocardiogram that is connected to your Wi-Fi and sending the secure data to somebody else's computer. Every time you go. I mean, what happens when you're going to like Taco Bell? Are you going to like overwhelm this thing?
I know, right?
So here is a sleek bathroom with the amazing toilet seat in there. It looks like, I mean, the advantage is you don't even need a new toilet. You just replace the seat with this smart seat. No, thank you. I'm happy with some things being done. Home is where the health insights are. Effortless, accurate, scalable. That's right. Enable reimbursable remote care with existing codes. So you could actually get reimbursed on some medical stuff for having this in there. It's like, here's your little carrot, guys. Here's your carrot. Don't want the carrot? How long before they're like, don't want the carrot? Here's the stick. We're gonna charge you more because you don't have a smart toilet.
Yeah.
And so here is the call. They are officially calling for volunteers. So if you'd like to go and volunteer, you can reach out to them for a new clinical study. Come sit for science. They forgot an H. in-home user study. So they have an in-home user study. Participants will receive a $50 gift card for taking part in the study, located in Boston, Massachusetts, and Rochester, New York. Goal of this early in-home observational study is to test and refine the user's experience of utilizing the heart seat, measuring users' perception of the heart seat in concept, and evaluating users' experience physically interacting with the heart seat. There you go. Then you have the, again, they're missing the H in there, the SIT lab study. So this is participants will receive between $25 and $45, located in Rochester, New York. Observational study with the objective to evaluate performance of the heart seat relative to gold standard measures for the electrocardiogram, blood pressure, blood oxygen, and respiration. So they're going to send you to the toilet hooked up to a bunch of stuff, and you get to sit on the thing. And that's the case. And then there's the virtual survey. There will be a raffle to win a $100 gift card for taking part of the survey. This is virtual. So all of us can now troll this right now. I'm not saying we should. The virtual survey gives you a chance to participate in their journey of transforming healthcare from wherever you're located around the country. Isn't that great? There was actually another spot. It might not be on because of scaling this up or down, but they were talking about when they were asking people about what, would they want to use this, and some people said no. Or maybe I was thinking about the other study with the anal print. So we covered this one a while ago. This is pretty old, but I thought it was just, we're talking about health tracking going too far. This smart toilet can read your anus like a fingerprint, say scientists.
Oh, boy.
In fact, TrueStream Media, if you're familiar with TrueStream Media, a few years ago, not too long after this article came out, they did a really funny video where they kept on having Hal talk about the butt print.
Yeah.
So,
I love Aaron and Melissa. They're great.
so it appears as though Kasana is on the East Coast. Well, if you're over there on the West Coast, this one is the one at Stanford. So Stanford researchers are developing a smart toilet that uses biometrics to identify people's butts and analyze their poop.
Oh, man.
The toilet is meant to detect, quote, a range of disease markers in stool and urine, including multiple types of cancer. It's been tested on 21 people. Researchers also surveyed 300 prospective users, and roughly half said they were comfortable with the idea. So it's like, are you comfortable with us putting this thing in here and we can identify you from your butt print? No, this kind of means you're taking a picture of my butt print. I'm really not comfortable with this.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Pornhub.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, thoughts on that one while I look at chat? There's gonna be some really crappy chats in here today, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. All I can think of is like where you read off about, like, it does tests for this and tests for that, stuff like that, and I've got a wild imagination, so I see pictures. I hear that, and what's going through my head, this toilet seat firing off lasers to read stuff, and it's like, whoa, what if something goes bad and next thing you know it turns into a ruby laser? What? Ow.
So I'm looking down. There's photographs. There's a dude sitting on the toilet, striking the thinker's pose, of course.
Of course.
And they zoom in on this, and they got the toilet seat there, pressure sensor, camera. Usually when there's a camera in the toilet, it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Just saying. The toilet then sends the data it collects to a cloud server. Great. So now my pictures of my butt are going up to the cloud. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, God, there's undercover pictures. Oh, God, you got to see this article, man. All right, I'm going to send this to you in the chat.
Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord help us. Lord help us. All right. Can I zoom in on this picture? Oh, I can't zoom in on this picture. All right, there's a little bit better. So we have the urinalysis. I can't read what that one is there. Here's the underneath print, and you can see here's the butt, here's the man jewels, and here's the anus. And they're like, whoop, take a picture of it. Oh, God. And then it's all connecting to the internet and sending it on up to the cloud.
I can only imagine a hacking group getting a hold of this stuff and then trying to sell it on the dark web. It's like, what in the world, people?
Video recording on the next one. Is that a log floating in there? Is that what that picture is depicting there? Blue and white pictures? I don't know.
It's probably to watch it happen.
Oh God! Oh God! Look at this picture down here. There's like it just looks like a digital camera pointing up at your butt.
Yeah, that's the one I was just looking at. I'm just like, oh wow, why? That is so unnecessarily called for.
So, okay, I don't think we need much more commentary. Health tracking has gone too far. Okay.
Yeah.
I get, okay, hey, we could do some neat scientific stuff with this. Yes. And I just have to quote Malcolm here, right? We fought so hard to see if we could. We never stopped to see if we should.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And it is probably, as Insada here says, I bet the Chinese kid hacking the cloud will be surprised to see my balloon knot portfolio.
Right. Oh, my word.
How much the analyst is looking at pucker buttons all day for quality assurance gets paid.
Nice.
They're searching out for Kenny's one eye. All right. All right, we got to check in on comments because this is going to be wild and out of control. I don't know. Should I take this one down off of the tubies? Is this one? I don't even know if this is like, I mean, it's medical research science, so I don't know. I am not sure.
I think it's like it's all right, but that it leans on the edge of it could become band news at some point. It's just being careful about it.
All right, let's check in here. Commodore fan says, "Yeah, I don't need some random company tracking my poop." I'm with you there.
Yeah,
I'll doctor myself as I-9ing as possible. Let's see. Didn't even sign up for Part B. 7% of Medicaid spent in the last 2 years of life. There you go. I have Medicare, Medicaid Advantage. They love to call you and bug you to see how it's going. I think the Medicare Advantage, I think there were some weird issues with that one that was like forcing like digital connections and stuff. If I remember correctly. I can't remember for sure. Moonbase, greetings. Kitty needs to get back from the galaxy far, far away. The galaxy far, far away has gone woke. I know. He's actually there spreading misinformation. So... reached the age this year, did the math. Depending on yearly inflation rates, if you die within 7 to 8 years of starting premiums, it's cheaper to wait and pay the monthly penalty. All right, there you go. A new Pyrrhic split ergo keyboard. Tails Orange, greetings. Hello. Can't stay, but want to show my support. Well, thank you, Java. You're probably gone by now, but thank you for stopping in. Is USS Odyssey still floating? Yes, Odyssey is floating today. I did double check all the stream keys today. Get for work at 6 a.m., sleep in a bit on weekends. Smart feces, that's right. My smartwatch that tracks my heart rate is more than enough. Thank you, yes. If it was $50 each time I sat down, maybe. $50? Yeah. I know, right? It's like we're like, hey guys, give up all your data for us taking pictures of your butt. Yeah. Speaking of which, I did watch Idiocracy the other day, and definitely is a commentary on modern America, I gotta say.
There you go.
We want to know whose butt it is and why is he farting. Okay, question here, is that a camera in it too? It does not appear as though the FDA-approved Smart Seat has the camera, but the anal probe one does. We will officially call that the alien toilet. It does an anal probe. It's not an anal print. It's an anal probe. Come on.
Yeah.
Will it kiss my... It's a stinky affair. Needs a bite it feature. See a tails. I consider it, but B-U-T-T. Pain in the arse to use.
Yeah.
Don't whiz on the electric seat. These comments are great today.
Yeah.
What good is information if it can be false? Cool, what is it? Cool stories. This is quite a weird topic. Yeah, medical record leaks. We will be talking about some medical record leaks tomorrow on the weekly news roundup. Think about that, guys. The pictures of your anal print will be leaked on the internet. How's that?
There you go.
Put doctors about 2 steps above politicians on the scruples ladder. Hello, how do you pronounce that? I don't know. Having another 42 years before I see another one. There you go. That thing has more tech in it than Granny's house. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stick to going. YouTube, you need to fix that. Actually, I think this is my mouse problem. My mouse scroll, like this, the static spots in between, like the scroll wheel is broken, so it causes my scroll wheel to do weird stuff. Let's see. I'll stick to going to the doctor and letting them take my blood or whizzing in a little cup for them. Yes, I am definitely down with off the internet checks on stuff like that. I'm sure the flush mist won't interfere at all with the readouts. Yeah. Taco Bell would give false readings.
Yeah.
Come poop emoji for science, that is. Yeah. When mobile, yeah. How long till your toilet talks back to you and says, "What the heck did you eat?" Imagine putting this thing in like a Taco Bell restaurant. I wonder if you'll eventually go into public restrooms and it has the combination of the anal print to tell who you are and the heart seat, so you can, they can measure all the stuff. So just going to any random public restroom they're going to be able to know exactly who you are and exactly what you did.
Yeah. And to go on like with that idea, Dakota Rustler over here on YouTube says, can't wait for the first spy movie using butt prints to enter a secured room.
Well, I'm telling you, this is probably the best protocol for Utah right now. Is they're banning you going onto PH without verifying your identity. I mean, how long before PH says, all right, we're just going to analyze everybody's butt print? Just take a picture of your butt with your phone, and there you go. That lets you in. If you're on that site, you're probably perverted enough to do that.
Yeah. There you go.
Could I train a Burmese mountain dog to use it? I don't know. I just thought about this one here, right? With the anal print one, which has the camera pointing up. Okay, what if you're not sitting down to go too? What if you're just peeing into it? The thing is literally up there with a camera watching you pee.
Yeah.
This smart tech is going a little too far, guys. Like anybody who is not immediately like, no, thank you, probably needs to get their head examined.
Yeah, at least once.
Could you imagine people walking around with lids for mobile use, doctor prescribed? Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. The second you finish Taco Bell. Yeah. Imagine the TV commercials. This will be linked to your Apple Watch so you can poop anywhere and get a readout. Your stool's a little soft today. You should eat more fiber.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Let's see. We'll poop where we want. We'll poop where we want. That's right. That's a crappy stream today. I know, right? It has freaking lasers.
Yeah.
PH has a new category for freaks. Will there be a fake canary to tell you it's safe to go back in? Much privacy intrusion sure is getting hard to justify not letting society go clothing optional. The future, we'll all have to drop our pants and bend over to use our debit cards. Well, in China, they are mandating drop your pants and bend over for the koofy tests. They're like, nah, we're done with sticking stuff up your nose. We got to stick it up your butt.
Yeah, that's why they do that, just to change it up to keep it interesting.
Somehow I can see an adult company turning butt prints from this thing into a fetish to make money off it. Yeah. Here's pictures of Britney Spears prints. Fingerprints or so last year. I'll tell them where to stick that camera.
Yeah, Rizilla saying it butt dials everyone in your friends list.
Yeah, there's the Dakota Wrestler one, which spy movie using the butt prints to enter the scared room. It's almost as funny as the guy who built a computer in a working toilet.
Oh man.
Let's see. All right, let's see. Checking out on Rumble. Let's see. YouTube. We got 7 views on YouTube right now. We got 16 currently watching on Odysseys. Let's see what we got over there. Road Vagabond Life, greetings. I will feel safe when my toilet seat is FDA approved. Until then, I will remain scared crapless.
There you go.
You should have crossed the border where you can buy all the antibiotics you want. I'm not going down there, especially not right now.
All right.
Did China do? Yes, China did do that. Will this device automatically upload the pics to ratemyanus.com for me? Probably.
It just might.
You know they didn't hire a high-end scientist to write the back-end code, right? You know they got the scientific part working. They just got it working. They contracted the cheapest third-party company they could out of like China or India to make all of the back-end connections. They're going to, after a giant leak, it's going to be identified that they use Stack Overflow with basic admin credentials, admin to secure the wireless connections. I have a picture of my print on a t-shirt to show women how healthy I am at the bar. Oh!
That's one way to do it, I guess.
12 watching over on Rumble. Rumble is working fine tonight. Are there weight limits to the toilet? I didn't see any, but it's too early yet. I wonder how much the analyst looking at the pucker buttons over quality assurance gets paid. Banned potty cam new. Some people pay good money for that. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, that's about what I had today.
Yeah.
I did actually have a calmer article about sleep trackers too. Sleep Number, of course. They have the Sleep IQ for measuring your health, so you can go to sleep on their mattress and it's connected to the phone app, and then it gives you a readout of how long you slept, how well you slept, when you slept, and then want to feel more alert, get the most out of every day, help boost energy, and then of course all that stuff can be uploaded to there as well. So basically, we have way too much smart tech, and one of the things to remember about this smart tech is it does not explicitly qualify under HIPAA. They're trying to change that right now. There's some discussions about that, but if you can agree to bypass HIPAA by simply saying, "Yeah, I think I'm going to just go ahead and click the button to approve the terms of conditions," and part of that terms of conditions is to waive your HIPAA rights. So that's kind of what they're talking about and discussing right now. But just remember, all of this health collection stuff, from your smart watches, your smart beds, your smart toilets now, your anal print analyzers, all this kind of stuff, it all can bypass your HIPAA rules. You can basically bypass it all. So
yeah,
that's that. Why in God's name would anyone want my video of my print? Looking at my print in the mirror scares me. Yikes. Wonder if Facebook can link to a smart toilet to post toilet check your location post. Yeah, that's right.
Oh boy.
Tinder butt, just swipe left or right.
Yeah.
It'll be a picture, left cheek, right cheek.
Yeah. On either side of the button there, yeah. Flick.
Brings new meaning to the term data analysis. That's right.
Oh, yep.
They have too much crap on their hands.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think we've plucked the plums of depravity as far as what I usually do on my channel. But all in the name of making good, fun jest about privacy data. Be careful with stuff, because some of this stuff may be forced upon you in the future if we're not careful.
Right. Yeah, we are talking about personal data. That's data about yourself. And it's like, you by allowing these businesses and companies and corporations and you name it. It's like you're entrusting this data with these outfits, and that it's like you have to be aware of the extent of what they could do with that,
Mm-hmm.
and far and beyond, and just what kind of not just impression but influence it might have on anything they may do down the line.
Correct. And another thing to keep in mind too about these is that, like the first one we talked about here from the heart seat, this one here in theory doesn't send explicit identity information to you, but the anal one literally is, they're claiming identifiable information. So definitely there is certainly some personally identifiable information. It's like, what is the personally identifiable information? We have his anal print, sir.
There you go.
Okay. So that's kind of a frightening thing. Ben's Tech Room, all I can think of is that episode when Beavis fell into the copy machine copying his butt.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I was that an old one? I mean, I think I've seen a few Beavis and Butthead episodes ever.
Yeah, I think that was probably from the 90s, I think.
Yeah. In fact, I have a gripe with Beavis and Butthead because, they canceled Salute Your Shorts to make Beavis and Butthead.
Really?
Yeah, Salute Your Shorts was definitely more intelligent of a program.
Yeah, I never watched it, but that's just interesting to know.
Well, you can get all the Salute Your Shorts episodes on the Internet Archive because no one ever put them on DVD, so they're all over there.
Well, I can. I can make them.
Yeah, I mean, if you have better qualities of them, but yeah, there are some bootleg copies of them floating around, but I think they're just made from the Internet Archive. They're not the best quality files. They're literal screen caps of VHS recordings. So a couple of them actually has the 1990s commercials in there.
Oh joy!
So fun. But they're pretty good. See how it Analyze Your Poop will say, sorry, you can't have that cheeseburger today. I know.
Yeah.
I have to flush 6 times before any of it goes down. I was thinking of the one where they went to Mexico, ate bad tacos, and got stuck in the bathroom.
Oh, there you go.
Too much Tijuana bottled water, yeah. They're forced by being the only option available or making things difficult, e.g. apps required to pay for parking is becoming a big thing. Yep. Not for me. Not for me, indeed. All right. Anything else? Anything else we have to say? Because we're basically out of topics here. So, and we've gotten through all the comments. That was a very crappy stream, I realize, but.
Oh yeah, it reeked to high heaven, I tell you.
yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much touched base on everything I would have liked to have touched base on.
Good.
So I'm good.
Yeah. So we'll wrap this one up here. So of course, 9:00 Eastern time, I will be having a premiere on the After School Satan Club on my Christian channel. Get some neat perspectives. I'm going to drop the location of that in each of the main chats here. So if you are interested in the Christian content, you can go ahead and jump on over there, and we'll see you over there. And then we'll be back tomorrow with the weekly news roundup. Will this survive my wife's cooking? I don't know. I mean, it depends. How good is it? All right. The Canadian version of this toilet will automatically schedule a euthanasia appointment for you. The sleep track ID track other activities in bed. I don't need Big Data to tell me I'm bad in the sack. I don't know. All right, guys. Enough of that nonsense. This was definitely an odd stream tonight. With that, though, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time.
Good night, folks.